Hi, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Super excited.
How have the past 2 days been like?
It's been such a overwhelming roller coaster ride and something that I was not expecting.
Not expecting?
I didn't to this extent know. I really wasn't expecting this.
Where are you sourcing all that, the response from online, Twitter, or your friends calling you and telling you?
I am not exaggerating. My entire hand is paining. Holding that phone, either talking or scrolling through social media, it is, I don't even know, because by the time I'm trying to read through this, there are another 100 coming in. And it's just been so... Yes, I knew that Radharama would have a reception like this, but to this extent, no.
So, I was watching an interview of yours and you had stated that when Prashanth Neel came to you, your instant response was no, because you thought there wouldn't be space for you in such a massive film. But again, he asked you for 6 months and you guys were in touch, and then you did a photo shoot with him.
Yeah.
You were not completely satisfied with the photo shoot, but you asked him, let's do another photo shoot.
Yes.
What was the difference between both the photo shoots?
So the first photo shoot would have been like any other actor you would have seen on screen, which was very linear, basic. She had the striking look and all of the eyes and all of that. But I didn't want to do something that didn't sit well with me. It was too boring for my liking. And there's a very fine line when you say antagonist. There's a very fine line there. So, and I wanted to get that fine line correctly. So I told Prashanth that if you're getting me on board, I want to do something different. And this is very typical what anybody else would do. So let's push and do something exciting. So the second photo shoot was like fabulous. We got the better colors and the jewelry. We had used real silver jewelry.
Okay.
Because we wanted it to look authentic, and Radharama is somebody who calls for it. So all the jewelry costed, I think, the earth. And
for the photo shoot.
Yes. And we had even to the nose, to everything what she was wearing, everything is all of real silver jewelry. And he wanted the hair to be a particular way, as you would have seen that Prashanth is obsessed with his actor's hair.
Yeah. I've heard Prithviraj talk about it.
Yeah, so he's really obsessed, and they were not kidding when he said that. He would keep coming and doing this. He would say, sorry, can I? And before I could say, yeah, okay, he was this, and I had curls, So I said, Prashanth, stop doing that, all my curls are going. He's like, no, it's too much, that backlight will come, and like, whatever. So yeah, we needed her to have a particular look where she comes and she has these curls and all of that. So we got the second look right. And you wouldn't believe, while we were shooting the photo shoot, we had the best music playing because we wanted to get the mood right.
Okay.
Forget the movie. At the onset itself, we wanted everything to be right. So we were playing music, and I remember playing the KGF song while performing. I was performing as well at the photo shoot. But yeah, we got that right.
Wow, what was his pitch to you? Like, what was his first pitch to you?
He told me it was a strong character, and I was like, He's saying you're not getting convinced. I said, no. So this was on a phone, a telephonic conversation, and I had told him that I was very particular, that if at all I do a film, it has to be something fantastic. And I said, I want something as good as your male heroes. So he was like, okay. And he started laughing. And I said, why are you laughing? I said, I'm sorry I had to say that. He said, no, I like this attitude. I like this attitude where you want to be the best. And that is the character that I'm looking for. So that's how we started, and he built. There was not something where he came and told me, narrated the story. It was over a period of time that he started building the character.
Yeah. And were you like, I'm sure you were in touch with him, but was he updating you about how your character was shaping up for the 6 months?
Yes, of course. Every time he would call, I would pray to God saying that he's calling and telling me this is not happening. So I would like, no, I didn't want to do it because it seemed so complicated. It seemed like such a big risk. And at every phone call that he would call, I would like, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen. Okay. But he would call to tell me that we are building, we are making. And final conversation was, he was so excited. He was like, you know what, Shreya, we've got it. Because she was not there in the original script.
Okay, okay.
And they thought that if we get in a female antagonist, would be interesting. And I'm glad they did, because it was interesting.
Yeah, at what point did you like, were you like fully confident that, okay, this is what I wanted? Because you have been saying that, okay, whenever you, you took a sabbatical, it was a self-imposed break. When people would come to you and would come and tell you that we are missing you in films, you're so talented, but why aren't you doing many films? That would, take a toll on you.
Yes.
But you were very conscious that if you were coming back, it had to be as good as Ishwari from Pogaru, or it had to be something. It just couldn't be just another role, right?
Absolutely.
At what point were you convinced that Radha Rama is not just another role and it's going to be a banger?
I think the effort in which Prashanth had put into it. I had not seen any visuals. We hadn't started shooting. But when we did the second look, when I went and met Prashanth in his office, and I saw these, not one whiteboard, there were like a couple of whiteboards all across, like a circular, in a room where it was all in a circular way, where explaining. And the family tree, you know how you have a family tree?
Yeah.
So you have Raja Manar, and then this is the family, and this is how the dynamics, this is how Deva comes in, and all of that. So this was explained all over, and he said, listen, I'm not lying to you. This is how it is. And I saw what Radha Rama plays there. And I still didn't believe him. Then I had a chat with his writers, and his writers were like, you don't even know what you're saying no to. This is so massive. And the moment Prashanth said, I promise you, I will write it and give it to you, that this is going to be fantastic. That's when, with the effort this man put in, that's when I knew that this would be something. And I knew he was a man of his word. He wouldn't let me down. The faith I had on him as a person made me know that this was going to be something fantastic.
Okay. Now you spoke about the family tree and all, and that is something people are talking,
not able
debating,
to understand,
trying to dissect and all. So how was it for you?
Don't ask me the questions.
No, you have to explain it to me now. As the daughter of Raja Manar, explain who your relatives are. And how you are related to all the other characters.
God, I've been explaining. You asked me what I was doing for the last 2 days. This is exactly what I was doing. And all my friends have come to the conclusion, oh, you know what? Even you don't know, forget about it. Forget that. Even on set, I was explaining the story to all the other actors. Because nobody knew what was happening. Because the script wasn't, I think, told to everybody. So it was kept under wraps. So I was explaining. I can't even tell you certain things because it was so funny. I had to explain that I'm so-and-so in the film to the other actors.
Like, you are my husband, like you're my
You're my
brother.
husband, you're my father, you're this, you're that. This is exactly what I had to do. And most of the actors were like, oh, I didn't know this. So I said, yeah, now accordingly you perform now.
So it's like somebody is your husband and it's likely that they weren't aware that...
No, I think, Bobby knew. Bobby knew. Yeah, he knew. But none of my friends knew. It was only after 36 hours, they're blinking and saying, oh, Bobby Simha is your husband. I'm like, what is... She's like, no, where did it come? I didn't hear. I'm like, you're supposed to pay attention. So I think that is something which was a little confused. But if you look at it in a larger space, this had to be done. In part 1, the world building had to be done where we needed to take time to explain to people that this is Kansar, these are the dynamics, this is what happens, all of that. So when part 2 comes, this confusion wouldn't be there.
Yeah,
it's all set. And this is not the first film that you have a problem like this with. You be it a Bahubali, you be it a KGF, films that are made here.
Yeah, KGF's first 5 minutes were like, I didn't understand.
But the first half was where you were building the world, right? You're building the characters, you're building the dynamics. So that eventually does happen. It's not only with Salaar. It has happened with other films as well. So give us a break, please.
So talk to me about day 1 on the set. You're walking into the set. What were you guys shooting? And
a scene where I shot for Salaar was the jail setup with Prithvi, and that was so traumatic.
Why?
I must have had about a couple of heart attacks, panic attacks, anxiety, whatever you might say. Because Prashanth he called me 24 hours and said, Shreya, you have to come to Hyderabad. And Prashanth has this terrible habit of writing dialogues on set. You know, and he's written these not 1 or 2 lines. He's written like some pages and pages, and that Telugu that only he will understand. Nobody will, at least I don't understand what is what. And he gives me this and he said, yeah, come and perform. And it was such a major scene where you're telling the crux of the story there in it. So I was like, I must have lost 3 kilos in that 2 days. And it was crazy. It was a very, very traumatic experience. And more traumatic was like, all the actors and Prashanth telling me, yeah, you can do it. You're a brilliant actor. You can do this. Little did they know that I am dying 100 times inside. So it was quite, yeah.
No, but why that nervousness? Is it...
But come on guys, I am coming back after 16 years.
One doubt, I'm so sorry. Was it shot before Sural or after?
After Sural.
Okay.
But still, you know.
Sural must have been, you know.
Yeah, but still here, it's a different language in terms of the tone in which is different, right? The Salaar tone and the names, Velam Gaddi, this one, that one. And these silly writers don't even tell you what Velam Gaddi is, still you ask the damn question.
Yeah.
So all of that was there, and it's just that each director wants something different out of you. I remember Prashanth telling me, Radha Rama never smiles. Not now, not ever. I'm like, okay. So these are the certain things which he wanted to use for her body language, like the way she walks, the way her sari is tied, the way she comes and talks, and everything has to be like,
okay.
You can't open your mouth. No actor in the film, you will notice where they'll open their mouth and they will deliver their dialogues.
Okay.
This is how you're supposed to say this. That's all your mouth is supposed to open.
Oh my God, okay.
So I wanted to kill him also a few hundred times there, but yeah, it was a learning experience. And the best part of working in Salaar was you have a confident director, a director who knows exactly what he wants. You can't be playing the fool with him. He knows what he wants and you will only deliver what he wants. So in a way, it is a huge plus point because you don't have to think. But then some thinking actors are like, can I put in 10% of me there? You know, that happens, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, the specificity.
Yeah.
At what point did the process become easy for you? Did it ever become easy after, you know, getting familiar with the character?
Never.
Never?
Never.
How many days did you guys shoot? Your portions?
I don't know. I can't even count because we've shot over 2 years, I think. 1.5, 2 years.
And
so,
speaking about long production time, it's a huge challenge, right? It's not like you're shooting everything at one go.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be shooting a week and, you know.
But that becomes easier if you do that because you have time to get into the character. You are there, you are sustaining the emotion, and it's really helpful when you say 20, 30 days you're at a stretch shooting for it, right? Here it was spanned over a few years and then you have huge breaks of 5, 6 months in between.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, but I guess when you're talking about the scale of a film like this, it tends to happen. And it's a part of process I think we as actors need to buckle up and deal with it.
Yeah. Does this I wouldn't use the word validation because you have already been appreciated, accepted. Yeah. Are you processing this success differently to the ones that you had earlier? This must be more rewarding, right? Because after the emotional turmoil that you had to endure during your break, now you're all over the place again. So,
see, I don't know about the word success. The word success doesn't mean anything to me.
Appreciation?
Could be, but I've always believed in when you put in hard work and when you have faith in yourself, anything is possible. So be it a Poguru, be it Sulal, I always knew I would come out as a winner because I knew I was putting in 101% in it. So for me, it was always appreciation which was important to me and not the success. I knew success would eventually come and it still doesn't mean anything to me. Today, people say, Meerda kada a Poguru cinema lo. Today that Meerda will not be there. They will know like, yeah, she is that badass woman Radha Rama. So that probably, but for me it is, I always like to be known as a good performer, and I like to be putting in that hard work.
Okay, lovely. And you said this in a recent interview that there is some part of you in Radha Rama. That is something I'm very curious to know. How?
She's all of me. I'm all of her. Because, see, the stance, see, what is important is the way she carries herself. We women can't bring a man physically down, right? A 6-foot man, we can't bring down. So how does a woman bring a man down? And there are ways that a woman can bring a man down. And that is only mentally. So when your mind is strong, your body becomes strong. And when your body is strong, you have erected shoulders and the way you walk. I used to walk on set like as if I'm the queen. Like forget filming, the camera wasn't on. But I would walk like as if I was the queen of the world. And Rajamanar, my father, Jagpati Babu Garu.
Oh, he's your father, he's not your brother.
Oh, please stop it. That was the funniest. That was the funniest. You have to mention that.
I thought he was your brother. Okay, yeah.
Okay, somebody was asking whether Jagpati Babu Garu was my brother. Who was that?
I'm not going to name them.
So I would always sit like this on set, you know, with my hands like this. And he would say, the camera is not on. You don't need to think that you're the queen right now. I said, yeah, I'm the queen on screen and off screen. And Prashanth used to say, yeah, parvaledu sir, let her be, you know, how she wants to be. So, yeah.
Superb. And you spoke about, you know, this part, how mentality and, like you said, like you would be in her skin. And you said something in a previous interview that I found very interesting, is that you think like a sports person.
Yes.
At heart, you are a sports person. You think like an athlete, and you said that you exercise every day before going to shoot. That is like your meditation of sorts.
Yeah.
What role does that play in your life, or say now that you're back to acting? How does this complement the other?
For me as a person, it definitely does. So every time I would go to perform on set, in my caravan, I would work out for half an hour. Okay. Even if I have worked out in the hotel and come, my caravan workouts before every scene, there is a workout. Be it push-ups, be it whatever, I work out. And I'm not saying I sweat and I'm like whatever, but there is a certain amount of physical aspect that happens, which for me is like, I align myself, I bring my balance in myself to go there. And why do I do it? Because I feel strong. My core feels strong. And the moment my body, my physical aspect feels strong, automatically it sends a signal to my head, and my mind becomes strong. And when your mind is strong, you bring the mighty, any actor in front of me. I mean, I'm a nobody compared to everybody else. But you bring anybody in front of me, I feel like I'm the best. I don't care. You could be the biggest superstar standing in front of me. But when I am feeling so strong mentally and physically, nobody can bring me down.
Wow.
So that is the mindset that I have because of my sporting background.
Okay.
So that is where my alignment and balance comes.
Wow. You're a hard person to please, right?
Of course, yes.
And you said that there are 2 points that I want to make, and I want to know your take on it. At least from outside, it looks like you're a bit detached from cinema. Okay, you're not like, you don't watch many films. You said you are into politics, or a news junkie. So ideally, if the director of a Pawan Kalyan film is coming to you with a role, normally anyone would be excited, but you were not that excited. Your instantaneous response was to say no.
Correct.
Again, how does this go hand in hand, staying detached from the world of cinema? Do you think that makes your choices much more selective?
Yes.
Because you're not instantly pleased to be a part of big project.
Yeah.
There needs to be.
Yeah.
How does that work with you?
And I think that works in my favor because I like it this way. I watch good films. I love to watch movies. All of that is there. But I'm very particular in what I am part of. And like I said earlier, that it could be a big hero. It could be a great director. It could be a very big production house. But that doesn't that's not one of the ingredients where I say, you know what, I want to do this film.
That doesn't excite you.
That doesn't excite me. What excites me is when I listen to my character and how my character plays in the larger scheme of things in the entire film. So if I have a fire burning when I listen to a particular script, I'm on it. And I like this detachment is because I know my personality, I know myself better than anybody else, right? And I know what works for me. So I always believe in staying away. Like, I don't like partying. I don't like too much of discussions. And I talk very less. I'm an introvert. If people think I'm an extrovert, no, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
And I like to be spoken less to. I like to speak less to people. So when I'm on set, I'm on a job. I'm not here to come to make friends. I've come here to perform. And when I am on set, I like to be in my character.
Okay.
So I don't like casual conversations, all of that, because for me, because I'm not a method actor and I'm not a seasoned actor as well. So I have my own gray areas where I feel if I slip out of my character, it's going to take me a longer time to get into it. So I have to be very careful. So people, it comes across very arrogant, but it's not being arrogance. That's not arrogance. For me,
it can be mistaken easily as arrogance.
Of course. And a lot of people take me as being a very arrogant person or whatever term that you might use. But it's not arrogance. We as humans are so quick to judge people. You know, so I feel, no, I'm not arrogant at all. It's just that it takes me a while to get into a character and I like to stay in it till I finish.
Wow, wow. What has been the most gratifying part of this whole process? A takeaway, a major takeaway.
I think, again, I would like to attribute it to self-discipline, faith, hope. Because if I didn't have self-discipline, faith and hope in myself, in my ability, I wouldn't be here today. But I'd already manifested, dreamt of doing a film like Salaar 10 years ago. It is not something that I'm extremely surprised it has come. I'm not surprised. I have already made this up in my mind. I will come back. When I come back, I will do something massive. But OG came out of nowhere. I was not, and Prashanth was like, but you told me you're not signing any other film. Because that was the idea. I do Salaar and that's it. I'm not doing anything else. But when Sujit told me the script of OG, I was like, wait a second, I'm doing it. Like, there's no 2 seconds after that. And he's like, really, ma'am? I said, yeah, I want to do this. And I had not seen any of PK Sir's films by then. Like, you know, I had not seen any of his films, but I knew he had a strong following. I know people were crazy about him, but after shooting for OG, like I said it in a different interview, people are like, ma'am, you're working with our God. Like, you know, can you just touch him? We feel like we have touched him. I'm like, what is this craziness? But I'm like grateful that I'm getting to work with, forget big actors. I don't look at them as big actors. For me, I look at them as great human beings. Be it Prabhas, be it Prashanth, very fortunate because they're such lovely human beings. Be it a PK Sir, be it Sujit. They're all such lovely people to work with. And that for me is the greatest takeaway of all of this, because I'm getting to be and work with people who are good people. And when people who are good come together, you have nothing but the best that will come after that, you know, so.
Lovely. On that note, what are you manifesting now?
Oh God, I have no energy to manifest anything right now. I'm in lack of sleep because I've been on the phone throughout and I've been getting flooded with so many interesting offers.
Oh really? The calls have started coming
I don't know, like 36 hours has been like, I don't know what it is. So, but I'm not in a hurry.
I've never been in a hurry.
I never want to be in a hurry. I'm going to take my time, analyze things and do something which is, again, will excite me, bring the fire burning again. So, yeah.
Amazing. On that note, all the very best.
Thank you so much.
I really hope you get many more strong roles, but of course not the same stereotypical roles.
Absolutely.
I hope you get a wide variety of roles to pick and have fun. All the very best, and I hope we see you a lot more often.
Yes, definitely. It was my pleasure talking to you. Thank you
very
so
much for that time.
Thank you.